Hi, I'm Dr. Suman. I'm consultant pediatrician at Ankura Hospital. The most common problem nowadays is obesity. A lot of parents are concerned why the child is obese, especially once the child crosses 8 to 9 years. A lot of the children are completely overweight or obese, which might lead to long-term problems in the children. I would give simple tips in order to avoid obesity in children. First tip is to make the child sleep early. Make the child sleep at 9:30, 10, not at 12, 1, and not make the child sleep with a mobile phone at night. At least 1 to 2 hours before going to sleep, the child should be reading something or his child should be active and doing some activity before he goes to bed. That is something which will allow the child to have a good sleep. Good sleep is one of the best kept secrets as far as weight control is concerned. A child who has got a good sleep, normally his weight will be under control. Next important tip is obviously to make the child get up early to bed and early to rise. The first hour in the morning is called as a golden hour as far as a man's cycle is concerned or a child cycle is concerned. The moment he gets up, the first thing the child has to do is at least have 1 glass of warm water, and then make the child actively run or do exercise or walk or do some activity for at least 30 minutes to 1 hour, and we would recommend the parents to be a part of that cycle. Let it be yoga, let it be running, let it be walking. This is something which would allow the child to be active. Once comes down, ensure that the child empties the bowel every day in the morning before during the day, because stool retention, constipation, and other cause which can cause a lot of fat deposition in the body. Next, have a good breakfast in the form of fruits. The first feed should always be fruits as far as the child is concerned. Water followed by fruits, fresh fruits, and then that should be followed by a good breakfast, which is healthily prepared at house. It should not be cornflakes. The breakfast should not have any white sugar. The breakfast should not have any jams, any chocolates present or chocolate sauce present in them. It should be completely healthily prepared at house. Let it be dosa, let it be idli, let it be poha, let it be anything which is prepared healthily in house. It should not be anything which is processed, something which we need to take care. And then intermittent snacking should always be fruits or vegetables or sprouts. This is something which we should make it as a mandatory habit for the children. Lunch should be moderate. It should not be too heavy, especially if the child is staying indoors. If the child is going to school, then you can have a good lunch. And next activity is to keep him active through the day. The child should not be sitting in front of the television. Thanks to the online classes, the child is sticking on. Even if he is attending online classes, ensure that every 20 minutes the child gets up, takes a few steps and comes back and sits in front of the screen. And if it's in the school, obviously we should keep him in a school where the child is kept active throughout the day. And once the lunch is over, again the intermittent snacking should be something like fruits or vegetables. And in the evening, the child should play at least for 1 good hour outdoor play where he sweats a lot. It is mandatory. It should not be an indoor game. And once he comes back, he completes his studies. Ensure that the child does some activities in the house like cleaning his room, bedding, folding his clothes, watering the plants, helping out his mother, and helping in cooking. There are various activities which a child can do throughout the day. And don't make him sit in front of the television or screen, or don't make him play mobile games longer period. The screen time should be limited to not more than 30 to 40 minutes a day, max of 1 hour. Depends on the age of the child. When we do this, obviously the child metabolism will be always on the higher side. His fat deposition would be low. The chances of child becoming obese also would be low. These simple tips would always help the child not only not become obese, also to become mentally active, and also his immunity would be rather better. Thank you.